Good morning. Today is Thursday, January 16th. And today I'm going to read something that you may have heard before if you've followed the Bible at all or studied it. This is a parable, meaning a story that Jesus told, and some people understood and some don't. So let's look at it. It's in Matthew 13, and it starts in verse 3. It says, "Behold, a sower went out to sow." They mean a planter went out to plant. "And as he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured it. Some fell on stony places where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth of earth. But when the sun came up, they were scorched and withered away. They had no root. And some fell among the thorns, and the thorns sprang up and choked them. But others fell on good ground and yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. And then Jesus says, 'He who has ears to hear, let him hear.'" And what this is talking about, the sower, the person who is throwing these seeds out, is really not a man. It's really Jesus. And he is sending out his words. He's giving his words abundantly to just randomly, throwing them out like to a crowd. And some fall by the wayside, meaning some are just like, they just kind of let it go. They don't really absorb it at all. And the birds devoured it. And I got to thinking about those birds. How lucky those birds were that they got the word of God. But the person who was not really listening didn't get it. And the stony places, it says, they right away they sprang up, but because there was no depth to them, they were scorched and withered by the sun. And that is where people, they listen for a minute, they hear it, and then they forget it right away, and they just go on, and they don't even take it into consideration because it's not going deep enough in them. They don't have the roots and the foundation to bring back the words. And then there's the thorns. They choked the seeds as they grew up. I think those might be people that discourage us and tell us, you don't have to listen to that. That's not really true. That's just a fairy tale. I think it might be thorns. And then there's good ground. Thankfully, there is some good ground, and that yielded a crop. The good ground, that's people that are listening and waiting and hearing the word and absorbing it and studying it and thinking about it, meditating on it, praying about it. And then the next day they remember what they learned. That's the good ground. And it said some yielded 100-fold. Some yielded 60 and some yielded 30. Meaning the level of understanding, meaning how much they put into it, is what they'll get back out. Some of us, some people really study the Bible and they get 100% of it and they just completely absorb it. And then some people just a little bit, just on Sundays, and they listen and they get it and everything, and it's really good, but they only get like one little part of it. So have you thought about who you are in here? God is throwing his words out more and more nowadays. He's just throwing them out. And to everyone gets a chance to listen to those words and to hear them. But not everybody's taking them. So you think about it. Think about what words you hear. And it also means, of course, reading the Bible. Because some people can't hear, but they can read and they're understanding. So just think about that. And I hope you find that you are good ground. Have a great day, and God bless you.